This is a city. Some call it Denton, Texas.
We call it ReaperLand.
And then he was there shirtless, just holding a snake.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw that. Damn.
Yeah.
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 Like, yeah. Hey, Reaper, this is me without a shirt holding a snake.
Yeah. It's such a MC thing to do. Hey, everyone. Yeah, it is official. Yeah, we were doing a little pre-show banter. As you can see, we're a little remote today. So I pulled in about 5 minutes after, and then a minute after I got on, Dave got on.
As you can see behind me, I don't have anything in the background, John.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's true. My room that needs to be put together. Oh, Dave, I didn't show you this. So I forgot that I got this. So I got something for me and Sarah for our anniversary. Put outside the house, and I forgot about it until just now.
And you didn't run it. You didn't run it past me first.
But it's like,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a big old
Who's
sign
Ton?
that I got. Ton, it's John. Good one. Yeah.
But no, that's cool. That's cool.
Put outside the house.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent.
John saved money on it. Or should I say Ton?
Ton.
Yeah, Ton. Yeah, Ton. Welcome. It's me, Ton, and Dave. Yeah, me and Justin were talking. He was like, hey, we're going to be doing the show to remote today. What time do you think you need to leave work? Or can you do it from work? And I was like, he was like, you can leave at 2:30, right? I was like, no. But I left at 2 today, and I was still late. Because apparently there's a lot of people driving in the middle of the day on a Friday. Because normally when I leave work, it's like 6:30. And so there's really not that crazy. And it's not as hot. I did notice that. It's hot today.
It is. Well, it's also, it's really bad for that time frame at, like, let's say 4. Yeah, about 4, because I have to usually rush home to get ready for Reaper Errant, and it usually takes me about 2 hours to get home.
Oh, is that tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Reaper Errant.
Yeah, it is.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Yeah, I was wondering, what am I missing? What am I missing here? Oh, I don't have chat up.
Oh, yeah. I'm reading. I've been
You heard it here first. Dave doesn't care what you guys have to say.
Do what?
Said you heard it here first. Dave doesn't care what you guys have to say. I was talking about chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeps. I'm just vamp.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good at that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got all my molds cut today. I generally don't like to leave stuff over the weekend, so I kind of like to finish everything and have everything set up for Monday. So I made sure I did that before I left. That's good. But now I'm here. And this past weekend, I cleaned the whole house except for this office, as you can tell behind me. I still have boxes and stuff, but I reorganized the garage. We cleaned everything in the whole house except for this room, because I'm waiting to reorganize this room. So I'm not going to clean it until I reorganize it. But it was nice.
Let's see. Oh, I finally got it.
Night,
okay.
You got it? Last night we were all in Discord, all of our friends and stuff, and then Justin pops in, and he was like, what are you guys doing? I was like, well, we just got done looking through this magazine. I have this magazine called Home Concepts.
Yeah.
And it's like chock full of like organizational stuff and solar panels and patios and epoxy flooring for your garage and things like that. So we were going through the magazine.
One of the best inventions that I discovered one night was a Tupperware Organizer. And, I mean, if you've ever just like put Tupperware in the lids, you try and match it up, and then it's like 6 months later, it is scattered everywhere, and you're constantly looking for a lid that matches this and blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, I just bought this one little tray that only organized the lids. That's all it did. And it's now stayed organized ever since I bought that. The Tupperware's down here, the lids are up here. They're sorted by, the rough size and the little sorter, and bam, there you go. Best invention ever. In fact, my Reaper Harley was sitting there going, I wish we'd gotten this years ago.
Yeah, me and Sarah have one as well.
Do you have an actual organizer? I was gonna say, I feel like most people's like cabinet or drawer or whatever just looks like pure chaos. I can't be the only one.
No.
I could take a picture of it right now. I'd be ashamed.
You need to get one. Let me tell you, it changes your life.
Good to know. I need to actually.
Another thing that we got was the pantry. So the door opens up into the pantry, and you have a bunch of shelves. Well,
Yeah.
I installed a thing on the back of the door that has a bunch of shelving stuff on it. So it has all of our spices and all the bottled stuff like on the back of the door, the whole back of the door. So that's really good for space as well.
Let's see.
Reorganizational stuff.
Dragon Durham says I don't care. And awful after 114. Happy
That's
Friday the
highway,
13th.
Yeah. Oh yeah, today is the Friday the 13th.
Yes. And if you're a Knights Templar, I'm sorry.
Oof.
Do you know that story?
I don't know that story, but I'm obviously curious.
There's two leading things about Friday the 13th being bad luck. One of them was the guy who was in charge of Babylon first wrote the rules, the law of the kingdom, and as he's going down, rule number 1, rule number 2, blah blah blah, he skipped 13. So not sure if 13 was bad luck or did he intentionally do it. But then there's that, or there was a organization that was helping pilgrims get to the Holy Land, and in fact, they set up a series of castles throughout Europe and in Jerusalem or the Holy Land, Israel, now current day Israel, and they literally set up a banking system so you could like go to their keep in Paris and deposit money and then travel to Code. Yes, thank you, Ija Alai. Well, I'm butchering your name, I know. The Templars, and so then you could go and show up in Jerusalem, and they would say, "Oh yeah, John here deposited someone. Okay, here's your money." Right? And so they had set up like some of the very first modern banking of the medieval times. And they were there to protect the pilgrims going to make sure you could do your pilgrim stuff as being a good Christian. Anyway, the King of France, to say was coveted their wealth. He'd borrowed money from them, and he'd borrowed a lot of money from a lot of people. People of Jewish faith or whatever. And yeah, to take care of this debt, he would just basically steal all their land and their possessions and claim it for himself and then run them out of the country. With the Knights Templar, since they were an international, what he ended up doing is putting out a writ that would be to open by his soldiers on Friday the 13th. And basically, it was kind of like Star Wars code 66, whatever. You open it up, and says go and arrest and all the Knights Templars you find, and so they did, and so they were arrested and they were tortured to try and give over secrets of where their treasures are and all that sort of stuff. And so anyway, that's why Friday the 13th is believed to be bad luck.
Oh wow. And Dave before the show was like, I don't have any money facts. That was a pretty good one.
Well, there you go.
I was about to say that was a great replacement. I was today years old when I realized it had nothing to do with the horror film.
So anyway, yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And I'm sorry, Ejala. I'm sorry, I butchered your name, but yeah, the code of Hammurabi would be yes. That's what I was referring to.
Hammurabi.
Mm-hmm.
The Hamburglar.
That's cool.
Yeah,
the Hamburglar.
The code of Babylon. Let's see, and sent the treasure to Oak Island. Yeah. I don't know. Did they ever? I don't watch that show. T. Tuckerman, did they ever? I know that they keep running it episode after episode. Did they ever actually find the big treasure? Do you know what he's talking about, John or Justin?
I know what he's talking about. The curse. That's up in Vancouver, isn't it?
Yeah, Nova Scotia or Vancouver. Yeah.
But yes, I'm familiar with it. And of course they haven't found it because
the series would be over. It's like Finding Bigfoot. Yeah. What would you do if you actually found one? It was like, well, okay, no more shows.
I'd never go in the woods again, to be honest with you. I would never go in the woods again.
You and Vicky,
Justin has a fear of
So does Vicky
Bigfoot.
or Reaper Harley. Yeah,
It's a phobia. It's a genuine. Now, luckily for me, I don't have to worry about it for all practical purposes. But it's a phobia.
Yeah. And so, like, Vicky would watch these Finding Bigfoot shows or something like that, on Netflix or Hulu or something like that. And I'm sitting there just like, okay, well, if you think you found a Bigfoot home nest or whatever, why don't you just set up some remote cameras and leave, and then come back and collect the cameras. And it was like, apparently I'm too smart because no one actually thinks of doing that. They look at this fort, look at this looks like, that someone who would make this, blah blah blah. Just set up a camera if you think you got something.
Yeah,
It's not that hard.
I tend to stay away from the actual shows themselves because they're usually too hokey for me. Like you're talking about, they typically don't do the rational stuff.
Yeah.
And like you said, they're too incentivized to not actually find Bigfoot.
Yeah, because the series is over at that
Correct.
point. Yeah, here, I don't want to work anymore. Sure. Yeah.
What I find more interesting is the eyewitness anecdotal evidence that you can find for people on YouTube. Like the missing 411 guy whose name I can David Paulides, I think is his name. That's some really interesting stuff.
The 411 guy?
Yeah, his name is David Paulides, and he did he wrote a book about, it's called Missing 411. It's about all of the disappearances that have been, let's say, suspect. He doesn't say it's Bigfoot, but they've been suspect, and they've all been very, very mysterious ways that you can't really prove how or why or what happened. So, just interesting as well. If Vicky ever gets bored and wants to.
Oh, okay.
Missing 411 is what it is.
Missing 411.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's actually an Amazon documentary and stuff about it as well, I believe. Vicky is the one who told me, not Vicky. Cindy's the one who told me about it originally.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I believe. Thank you, Moonlight, for the raid as always.
Yeah. Thank you. I think they were working on Mermaid. I think still. They're sculpting and stuff for Mermaid. I saw some turnarounds of some of the mermaids that they were doing. One had a really big tail, if I remember. I think that was my favorite one that I saw. Oh, Mermaid is done. Oh, the female GIF. Yes, that's what you were working on. She was working on the female GIF, like the hippo humanoid. I think brawler. I think if I remember looking at it correctly, or in some action pose. Very cool. Since GIFs have been part of the new Spelljammer announcement, I think a new playable race in D&D.
Oh yeah.
It's a monk
I was
talking.
I was talking to Joseph about that. Yeah, I mean, AD&D 3.5 is where I left off. So they've expanded the races and the characters you can play and everything well beyond what I remember.
And I remember when they made the Spelljammer announcement, I was watching it live, and I went and told Ed, I was like, "Hey, did you see the announcement today? They're doing Spelljammer stuff." And then he goes, "Oh, Dave bought a bunch of Spelljammer stuff back in the day, and things like that."
No,
I think
he was talking. Yeah, but he was talking about Spellfire, the TSR collectible card game. I don't know anything about Spelljammer.
Got it. Okay. That sounds like an Ed thing.
I like John's version better, Dave.
Yeah. Well,
they were playing telephone.
Ed was famous for going to a Gamma trade show, and the Greg from the Ghost Hunters, TAPS Ghost Hunters show, he started a game company, and he's in line getting his badges and everything else, and Ed's in front of him. Ed gets his stuff, and he turns around and he sees him, and he recognizes him. He goes, "Ghostbusters!" And I was like, "No, it's Ghost Hunters, not Ghostbusters."
Jeez, Ed knowing full well.
Way to make your first impression.
Yeah.
Ed did that on purpose.
No.
Just trolling.
Yeah. Hold on. Well, vamp a little more, John. I'm sorry. I'm taking care of something with Kit.
Oh, you got it. I mean, work stuff.
Wait,
that's
do you have any updates for us there, Dave?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
Updates for what?
I don't know. I thought maybe you had some juicy insight.
No, normally when people talk to Kit, there's some updates going on.
Yeah, correct. Yes, that's the.
Here, Justin, real quick while we're vamping,
Oh,
I
you
can
want to
show
go to
you
mid-show set?
not fully, but for a little bit.
Okay.
I'll go there. I just want to talk about this game I've been playing, just
Okay.
as a little topic. I've been playing this game called Backpack Hero. It just came out a little bit ago as a little teaser, and I thought it was pretty cool. So you play as this little rat, and you go through the dungeon, and your backpack starts off as a 9x9. But you get items like, for instance, you get a sword, a shield, and some food, and you have to organize things into your backpack to go through the dungeon. Like you go and battle. So in order to battle, you see I'm fighting this guy. You have to use the items in your backpack, and the items in your backpack do different things depending on where they're located. So if anybody likes these type of games, I just wanted to bring it up because I found it and it's a very fun. I think it's a very fun game, and so it's a cool little idea on the genre of like dungeon delving, but it's like loot management where you have to manage the loot, and as you level up, your backpack gets bigger. So you can see I made my backpack bigger, and then all kinds of different items. Like I can put a club in there. There's a drink and a potion. So, or you have to have space for your gold, so you can put your gold in there to buy items. Um, and so you finish, and then you go deeper into the dungeon, and your backpack gets bigger, and you add more items and things like that. So it's very fun. You get magic wands and all kinds of legendary swords and things like that. So it's a very fun little game to play. So you can see the dungeons get really big. Oh, this is a cool little touch right here. Justin, you remember this from high school?
Oh God.
Just,
You mean idly drawing those all over notebooks?
yeah, right there. Right there. That's a cool little touch that they added in there. But so if you just Google this game, you'll find it. But it's a cool little game to pass the time. And if anybody has a Switch, it'll be coming to the Switch next year as well. The item hoarder, yeah, especially once you started getting a lot of items, you have to like throw away certain items, um, kill this guy real quick. So you can see you hit the club and it does different damages and they have different effects and things like that. But as you get cooler items, you don't want to throw away some stuff that you might get attached to. Um, and that's part of the whole thing because you can see here's a bunch of items now. If I wanted to, I can add a bow in here, get rid of my shield, a cleaver, and another potion. But that's just the basic premise of the game. I think that's very fun. I see the Reaper's next mini line. Yeah, he's a big rat with a big backpack. Oh, this would be a cool mini right here. I think a pack rat is what it would be called, probably. Pack rat. There's kind of like a little hoarding, like a
Yeah,
loot goblin,
yeah.
kind of a thing. But it's just something I've been playing. It's pretty fun. But I also have pictures loaded up as well.
You got time to play a game?
Oh yeah,
Uh,
especially when I'm at home
wrong
and I'm
answer,
not
John.
bothered by work. Huh?
Wrong answer, John. Tell
No, I
tell him
don't have
no. You're full of stuff to do.
weekends. Saturday, Sunday.
I don't know. I think he said something about playing this while making molds or something.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. One of those idle things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
hmm I'm just
And
that
so
talented.
and so it comes out at last.
We do have a pack rat mini. Do we? Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it's like a pack of rats, but not like a rat pack. A play on words.
You got time to
But
lean. You got time to clean. Trashorama. Yeah, that's what Reaper Harley says out in American. You're leaning, you're cleaning.
oh yeah, yeah. Only 2 days till Monday. Don't remind me, David. But let's see. We'll go through some pictures and then we'll
Yeah,
play
we haven't done
some marbles
pictures in a
later on.
while.
Yeah, I have quite a bit stocked up here. Let's see. Let me F11 these. There we go.
Ooh,
Perfect.
did you guys see that? He F11 that. What does
Yeah, that's right.
F11 do?
Full screens. So you see how at the top you can see my
Hmm.
search bars and things like that. But if I hit
Okay.
F11, it gets rid of all that stuff in full screen.
See, I learned something new.
And then you can scroll wheel to make things zoom in.
Oh,
the internet.
wow.
This was done by Cassandra James. This is Treasure Rocky. Obviously, love me some Treasure Rocky.
Yeah, the whole Rocky series. I love that whole series.
Yeah, I think there was some rumors about some maybe another Rocky making an appearance in Bone 6, but
Really?
he'll have to show up for another future project.
Hmm.
I don't want to give up too much.
Unless you're doing a Ron tease.
Yes, it is.
Could you imagine going out trying to party with Ron? You know, every time he's just like, "Hey, let's go over." Well, you know, I think
Hey Ron,
I
what do you
heard
want?
there
What
was
do you want to
something.
drink?
Yeah.
We're going to the bar. Something green, something blue. I don't know.
I hear that they might have.
Yeah. Let's
Poor
see.
Ron.
This is done by Consulting Dragon. Did this one on the Discord. This is
Good
one of the
lighting
Bone 6
effect.
preview models. Yeah. If anybody watched the DDRPG test game that we played, this was the character that I played.
Yeah.
So I played this character in that. Yeah, it was Leandros, the Elven Wizard.
Don't forget, if you're interested in the DDRPG, we're going to be doing a comprehensive deep dive on Tuesday on the Crow's Nest.
Are we? Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
Tuesday, 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Central.
So did you?
Is it just going to be Joseph?
Joseph and Ron. So all of the
Ron.
possible, yeah.
So when the artists were in town for the Kickstarter party, one of them needed to borrow my car. So I think it was Bobby that was driving it. Maybe it was Proctor. I forget who. But one of the last days, Proctor was wearing a Rush T-shirt, and it just so happened that I was wearing the Beatles, my Beatles T-shirt, and so Proctor was over there, and I go, "Just want you to know, Proctor, while I like Rush, but the Beatles are a lot better than Rush." And he's like, "Oh, no," and I said, "Hey, in fact, I set all my radio stations in my car to the Beatles just for you." And I did. I went into the Beatles channel on Sirius Radio. And so today I'm getting my car back, and I'm finally getting, okay, I got it back, and then I had to put it in the shop to get repairs. Not related to Bobby, but or Gene, but I'm going to give him shit over it. Anyway, I get back, and now I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to listen to some radio. I turn it on. It's on light Christian music, every channel. So they've gone in.
That's funny. Hey, Dave, I need to borrow your car.
Yeah, do you? Yeah.
So
I got to take Sarah on a good date. I need a nice car.
Well,
Wait,
I just got a lot of. I just got a lot of. No. This was the Terrain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to let the. No.
That's why I was like, I don't know if
no
Dave
one's borrowing.
would.
Only Ed can drive the Yenko. That's about it.
I feel like you offered to let me drive it once, and I told you I didn't need that much power.
Well, that's when I liked you. I don't like you anymore.
Oh, wow. In that case, Rush really is better. Right?
I like Rush because they inspired my favorite band, Coheed and Cambria.
I do too, actually, for the same reason.
For who?
Coheed and Cambria. Yeah, it's my favorite band.
Never heard
Justin's
of them.
favorite band too.
What do they play?
They're a prog rock band, but they were inspired. They had a lot of influence by Rush.
Correct.
And
I would
they
say
get compared to Rush a lot.
If you took Rush, brought them to modern day, made them a little less whimsical, and made them progressive rock, it would 100% be Coheed.
Yeah.
Very similar. Coheed is amazing live. I agree, Freyas. I've seen them twice, and it's been great.
Very true.
I actually have the fence tattooed on my bicep.
Yeah, Justin has a tattoo from the band.
I do.
I like the Beatles, but I don't have them tattooed on me.
Well, what are you gonna get tattooed? Just their names? That sounds weird, Dave.
Not gonna have anything.
Just a beetle. It's just a beetle.
Yeah. Yeah, the fifth beetle. There you go.
Yeah, actually, I can show you what Justin said looks like. About that.
Let's just say Trash Rama goes offense. No, not offense.
No.
Fence.
FF.
There it is, right there.
It looks like this.
Yeah, that's exactly. In fact, I think it might be the same artwork I used. I don't know. Pretty damn close. So.
It's the universe that it's called the Fence. It's just the universe that the story is written in.
Correct. Yeah. It's like it's like the galaxy.
Looks like a diagram from one of our meetings.
Or solar system, but yes, I agree.
No. Keep going.
Let's see. I thought that was Harry Potter. Anyway, so.
Yes, a lot of people do think that is the Misty Hollows, right? Is that what they're called?
It's the triangle with yeah. No, it's the Death Eater sign, isn't it, or whatever it is?
The Deathly Hollows. The Deathly
Hollows. Yeah. I'm not really a Harry Potter guy, so I don't.
I said Misty Hollows. Is that what I said?
Works for me.
That sounds like a ReaperCon world setting.
The Misty Hollows.
Yeah.
God.
Yes. This
Children
is done by.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what they're called.
The Dementor.
The fans of Coed and Cambria.
Children
this is done by Eddie Mullins. I think I liked this one because of the double OSL. You can see right there. Oops.
Look at John.
And
all getting high tech.
And on this side as well. So I just a cool little merging here with the blending. I like the ghostly green and the.
Go back and do the John Madden thing. Start doing squares and circles.
Yeah.
See?
You can see right. Here's right here.
And here's the hole. Right. Here's the fence right here. And then they come around. Bam!
You see, he started with blue and then he ran out and he switched to green. So you could do that for people's paint jobs. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. This is Gary Magretto did this one. This is obviously the Ukrainian relief model. Kobzar,
which is still selling well.
Yeah.
Oh, do we have an update,
Dave? Guy.
Did Ed give you an update last night?
No.
Oh, that goes on ReaperLive. The updates.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Are these on the forums? I don't know.
These are on the Facebook page.
Yeah. Pull it back. It's focusing. It just focuses on your face. Yeah.
There it is.
There you go. There it is.
There he is. But yeah. And then you got Bob Ross. Hold on.
Is he painting him?
Yeah. They're all over the place. They're on the forums, the Discord, the Facebook page, Twitter. I generally, as I see them, as I'm checking stuff, I'll save them and things like that. But this is done by Gary.
Gary?
Gary Magretto.
Oh, excellent.
Not the Gary, but a Gary. Yeah.
A Gary?
Yeah. I'll tell you the story of Gary. He's a ReaperCon legend.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
I love this one. This was cool. Yeah. So this is one of the dwarf like female barbarians that we have. A barrel from I can't remember from what. I don't know if that's ours or not. I might be. But this is one of the like air spirits that we have. But they painted it to look like the beer, the ale had spilled and then turned into like this elemental.
It's like some of my college days. I drank so much I'm starting to see things.
Yeah, I think Greg Lohman painted this one, and he called it an elemental, as an ale, like an elemental.
Oh,
which was
2 points
very
for
clever.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, elemental. So it's super funny. I also like the blush cheeks right here. Right there, you can kind of see she has some rosy pink cheeks. But it's a very, very fun idea. Very clever. Very clever. Shout out to Greg. Oh, here's another one from Greg. So we do this thing on the Discord called the Reaper Challenge League, and each month there is new colors for a limited paint challenge. So you get 4 colors and black and white. And
Okay.
so you can see these are all the colors that he chose right here: pure
Mhm.
black, heraldic red, linen green, sunrise orange, and linen white, or linny green and linen white. I got that mixed up. But he did it on the oxidation beast, our old oxidation beast. We have
Yeah.
the new oxidation beast in Bone 6.
Well, that's cool.
But this is
Well,
the
he
old
did
one.
an excellent job on it, man.
Yeah, look at that eye. The eye is really good. I like
Yeah,
the eye right here. Has that kind of glare, a white little glare to it. Very
and it
fun.
looks like a
So
bug too.
yeah, I'm curious as to how he got this the brown color. Probably mixing the orange with white or kind of dilute it.
Hmm.
So it's like a light brown. It was very clever. And then you can see the darker carapace color on the top. And you see a little bit more orange in there,
Yeah,
and streaks of orange and red along the edge here. It's very cool. Very good
very
job.
very cool.
I like
Yeah.
limited palette stuff. So. Oh, it's black and white and 3 other colors. I thought it was 4. Yeah, it's 3 other colors. My bad. Oh, this is Heidi. Heidi J on the Facebook
Hmm.
page, talking about their setup on storage. What the cool thing is that you can see there's a mirror backing on the back of these, so you can
Hmm.
see across onto the other side of the wall to the right. They have more storage with more minis in them.
Hmm.
And this is a cool way to store them, I think, because maybe if there's a table, I see the pirate ship right there in the window.
Right.
Pirate ship.
It looks like
Um,
they have an American flag in their backyard.
oh yeah, let's try to pinpoint where they're at. No,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Exactly.
but it's cool if they have like a big D&D table right here in the middle, so that way they can like reach up and grab things. Like, oh,
Oh,
you're going to
there's
be
the.
battling.
Isn't that the dwarven thing from Bones 5? That shelf
Oh, right
center,
here.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wasn't
Mendipar
that the
Pass. Yeah.
Mandapar? Yeah. Okay.
Mhm. And then there's the Goatman's Bridge. This is all the bones. It looks like a lot of Bones 5.
Troll Bridge. Goatman's is down from the shop.
Oh yeah, sorry. The bridge trolls toll, I think is what it was
Yeah.
called. Uh,
And then there's the
yeah.
Dark Depths sea monster next to the Maripar.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. All the big stuff up top. This is cool. It's a good little haul here, Heidi. Oh, here's one that we didn't show from Henderson.
See, I like
Uh,
these. It's just trying to get Ron to. He has this thing against arachno assassins.
yeah, maybe he thinks too old school.
Maybe. I think this guy did excellent work.
Yeah, Henderson. Apparently, Ron told the story on Reaper Live that he used to do some concept stuff for Reaper back in the day.
Did he?
Uh, old Henderson. Yeah, he did some stuff back in the day for Reaper apparently. So I thought it was cool. Shout out to Henderson for doing this. A skeletal centaur, Arachno assassin centaur. So funny. Oh, this is Kickstarter party setup stuff. I forgot that I put these in here because we were going to show
Oh,
them off a while ago. But
have you
oh
already
yeah, we
shown
showed
them
this
off?
off last week.
Yeah, yeah, I remember
Uh,
that.
this was
Very cool.
the Yeti Bard within his accordion that Coffee Nerdery Beer sculpted out of cosplay and
Mm,
baked and put into here.
very cool.
Very cool. Yeah, so awesome. Shout out to Coffee here in chat. This is from Jeffrey. Jeffrey did this. We always love a good patina. Right here, you can see the patina of the
Hmm.
rust
Oh
kind
yeah,
of pooling.
very good.
They
Very good work.
kind
Yeah.
of did it on the chainmail there too as well. There, it's all over the place. It's on the skull right there.
Mm,
Very cool, and also the rust effect. I've heard people, there's all kinds of things you can do for rust. I know that there's some places that make like a rust, kind of like a medium, like a mix of stuff. I
hmm.
heard people using like coffee grounds. You like mix paint with coffee grounds, and then you paint the stuff over there, so it adds like the chunky, like how rust would build up
Oh
over
yeah,
time
yeah, yeah.
and
Okay.
things like that. Creates that like texture of the rust
Mhm.
texture. So I think I've heard of that as well. That's cool. Verdigris, yeah, I'm sure that's the color that was used as well. Copper verdigris, and we make. There's another one from Jeffrey as well. Oh, I didn't notice this at first. When I first noticed this is, but you can see the arrow in the crossbow here is
Mhm.
slightly blue right there. I wonder
Yeah.
if that is like a magical, crossbow bolt. That's what it just sticks out to me. Uh, Also, cool added touch of the one lock of gray hair there in the
Yeah.
front. So
Giving him
kind of suggesting.
distinguished gray.
Yeah, that's our new gray that we're coming out with. Oh, speaking of Sophie's Revenge, here you go.
Mm,
Someone's whip finished paint job of Sophie's Revenge. Oh, I
very
love that
cool.
they decided to do
Yeah,
this.
with Sophie, the
Uh,
twin guns.
mhm. But actually, like painting it, because a lot of the times people paint them to look like wood
Hmm.
or whatever, but they actually put paint to them. That's cool. Like real colors. That's awesome. And I think Ed was telling me something about why they put this red stripe across the bottom. Something
I'm
about
sure he
merchants and
knows.
stuff like that.
Not a clue. I'm sure he has some
And it's like
trivia about it.
on the horizon when you see the colors of something, they tried to mimic certain like merchant ships or something like that. Somebody in chat will know. They're a lot
Oh,
smarter.
yeah.
There we go. Seeing if I had the front and back to this. So this is Joe Oaks. He might be in chat. I think his name is T Oaks in chat. Green Oaks Gaming. He was on Artist Alley and he taught a couple of classes at ReaperCon last year. But this is his Cloud Giantess, Yafima.
Hmm.
Oh wait, but I like the idea of the hair, kind of this
Hmm. With streaks of,
um,
yeah.
kind of like pastelly, kind of almost, with like hint of shining, sparkling light. I like that idea a lot. Um, Contrast between the black and the gold, very neat. And his gem work was really cool. Like right. Oh, you can't do it right there. Like right there. Also in the back, if we go back one picture, I think there was another one that you could see right there on the hammer,
Mm, yeah.
right there. Very nice. I also thought it was interesting that the weapon was painted to look like stone with like little accents of like the gold bands and things like that with the jewels. So I thought that was an interesting touch instead of making it like a big scepter.
Hmm.
Maybe it's not done yet. Maybe it was a work in progress. I'm not sure. But if Okus is in chat, he can probably let us know if he's here.
I do like
Uh,
the blue streaks or the purple streaks in the blue hair. It's a nice touch.
hmm Yeah, it's just something newish that I've never really seen. So kind of magical. Oh, there's another drum right there. So shout out to Oaks. Oh yeah, this one's fun. This is from Jonas. This is from ReaperCon 2020, I believe. This is Dodo. I can't remember his name. Odo the Dodo,
Hmm.
and the pirate captain Black Thumb, I think was his name. And you can see, I think Jason sculpted these, but you can see the Reaper logo on his hat,
Yeah. Yeah.
right there. And then Odo the Dodo with his bead, his monk bead. Yeah, this was 2020. I also like the addition of the green inside the cup
Hmm.
right there to kind
Nice
of give it
touch.
that effect of sloshing around, I guess. Mhm. I also like Odo the Dodo. He's like a deer in the headlights. So shout out to Odo. You can get yours. Just look up Odo the Dodo in Black Thumb or Captain Black Thumb on the website. Oh, I love these. I love when people take pictures like this, when they show off multiple angles and close-ups and things like that. This is from Kane Tinson. Did this. Um, Super nice. I remember casting. Oops, sorry. I remember casting this thing many times, and I never really understood what the top of the staff was. And a lot of
Hmm.
people asked me online, like, John, what is this? Like, it's kind of hard to tell without like priming it or painting it, things like that. And I think I remember asking the sculptor, and they were just like, "Oh, we just wanted to make something wacky and cool." So it's like this living staff with like a little mouth coming out of it with
Hmm.
eyes and daggers, and it's just very unique. Very unique sculpt.
My favorite is the hands. The shading, yes, yeah. You could actually kind of see the creepy hand coming out.
It kind of looks like kind of necrotic, or
Yeah.
a little like it's the same color as the tentacles, which I like. That's a good touch. You can see almost generally the same color. That's kind of cool. The mask is always really fun on this one as well. It reminds me of something like Aztecian, almost. Yeah, it's a giant grub worm. Dragon says, yeah, eats. But shout out to Kane for doing this one. Oh yeah, Chromatic Miniatures did this. This is all of the mer people from Bones 5 in the Dark Depths expansion, I believe.
Oh yeah.
But made them all uniform, kind of. They have different like hair and different like helmet fur colors and things like that. But generally, you can tell they're all from the same kind of
Clan. Yeah.
clan or region, things like that. So they're all the same kind of markings on their fins and things like that. Very cool. Good set.
The jewelry looks really good. The lighting effect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
you
think
go
it's
and
cool
look
that they
up to
made
see
them
others.
match.
Yeah.
Like she has purple. He has purple. Oh, all the jewels are purple. It looks like. Let's make
No,
sure the necklace.
over here, that one's blue. Unless no, is that a belt buckle?
Yeah, it's a strap
Oh,
with the
okay.
like going through the buckle, I think.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
his necklace is purple. That's a good touch. Like it's cool that they all have different like markings on their helmets and things, like different color hair, different color like helmet feather fur. But all the jewels are the same. So that's a cool little story to tie them all in. I think that's cool. Also, I didn't notice this, but on the back of the back one right here, I wonder if it's on the back of all of them, but you can kind of see their vertebrae
Yeah.
kind of go
The
up all the
spine.
way. Yeah. That's a really cool touch. I don't know if that's on all the sculpts, but it would be cool if they were. I think maybe Christine sculpted these, or I think let me if Christine's still here, let us know. Yeah, and different skin tones. You're right. They are different skin tones. Yeah.
The dice, is
This is
that
neat.
has something to do with the colors that they chose, or they just put dice out there?
They probably chose the dice for inspiration, like color inspiration, and then tried to incorporate all the different dice into the mix. Because you can definitely see all that stuff in the tails and stuff,
Yeah.
like all these colors. Shut up, Trash. So shout out to Chromatic. Oh, here's Chromatic Miniatures also doing the limited palette for Reaper Challengers League using Alien Goo, Surf Aqua, Punk Rock Pink, and something orange back there. But there you go. There's your limited palette. That's nice. And
Excellent
being able
job.
to use black and white. Being able to use black and white allows you to kind of mix and
Yes.
get different tones. That's cool. Good job. This is great. This is a Pathfinder model. Who's this? Chromatic? Yeah, Chromatic. Oh yeah, this little pool effect here. This was done by Leslie. Seabolt well painting.
That's pretty good. Looks like little seaweed or algae, and then it just goes into this infinite black.
Mm-hmm. And painting underneath the resin. I know people talk about this all the time. Painting underneath the resin to kind of create what you would see at the bottom, and so they create this kind of dark depth in the middle with kind of maybe what you can uh like see the reflections of the grass or the algae that's just below the surface that opens up into this big hole going through the little well. Very nice. I like all the sword right here on the side, the candle melting. I think yeah, those are all cool touches from the sculptor there. Yeah, David Cecil teaches the water effects class. Oh, Star Wars fans speculating on the Kenobi series. Lord of the Rings fans speculating. Marvel fans getting 4 shows in a year. I thought this was very true because there was like WandaVision and all those other shows. What are the other shows? I can't even think right now. Loki and
You need
so
Ron
many.
here. Justin, do you know any of them?
WandaVision, Loki. There's a bunch.
Gone absent.
I'm here. I just didn't realize because this mic picks up a lot of noise, so I don't want to pick it up. Let's see here.
I'm not a big Marvel DC, so.
Hawkeye.
Marvel fans getting 4 shows in a year.
Captain America and the Falcon, Winter Soldier, Moon Knight.
Yeah, Moon Knight.
They get a bunch.
They do. That's fair.
Yeah, too bad they're not all that good. Yeah, and I'm hoping the Lord of the Rings show is good, but we'll see. I don't have good hopes for it.
Honestly, you know what they really didn't mention on this list, which is the Halo fans.
Oh yeah, Halo.
Yeah, I saw the previews.
Butchered.
You said that the Halo is horrid.
Oh my god! Is there anyone? By the way, since we've got chat here together, is anyone here in chat watching the
Halo series?
Yeah, watching the Halo series. And if you are, do you find it as absolutely horrendously? I mean, I'm just gonna say it, dog shit, as the rest of us do?
It's bad.
It is probably one of the worst series I've ever seen in my life.
Well, now I'm gonna have to go and watch it just so I can,
see. Look, Sayo said, "Yep, sigh." See, it is halfway through the first. Yeah, there you go. It is. It is so incredulously bad. It's shocking how awful it is. Like they just used the name Halo to pull in people and try and make money. You're right. It's not even. I agree. It's not even worth hate watching. John and I stopped hate watching it. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, we stopped hate watching it. Yeah.
Yes. Like I would rather watch Red versus Blue. I agree. How do you find this Halo series? It's on Paramount Plus. Don't pay money to watch it. Whatever you do, take the free trial.
Use the free trial.
Do not spend money to see it.
This reminds me of that review that restaurant said. Come, I'm just going to make it up. Come see, or come try our excellent chili or our special chili that John Overton said was the worst he'd ever had in his entire life. That's the sign that's on the outside of the restaurant.
Yeah, that's going to be outside Reaper too.
It's as bad as Starship Troopers. I like Starship Troopers.
Yeah, I like Starship Troopers because at least Starship Troopers didn't try to be something else. If Starship Troopers came in and they called themselves Star Trek, that would have been awful. But they just tried to be Starship Troopers. That's the problem with this show is it's using the Halo moniker, but it's almost not Halo at all in any real way. It's kind of crazy, actually.
Trasharama says that he watched The Northman last week. He was not impressed.
Whoa,
I loved it.
That's a hot take. I haven't seen it yet. Is it?
I loved it.
Is it actually worth seeing?
Have you seen the trailer for that, Dave?
No.
Oh, so good. I think the mindset is different. I think a lot of people were expecting like this blood-filled rage Viking murder, constantly fighting movie, but it was not that.
That's fair, Samurai Jack said. If you've never played the games, it's fine. That's probably true. Dave might like it. Dave's never.
I don't agree with that.
But
I love the North.
Does anybody do you guys ever watch Lost in Space, the new one?
Mm-mm.
Justin?
I did the one on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yes, I did watch that one, and I liked it. I did. I mean, it wasn't. Listen, I liked it because probably for the same reason that people who didn't play the games for Halo like this Halo series. I think that if you just as a good example, I didn't read the book, the Starship Trooper book. Therefore, I liked the campiness of Starship Troopers. But had I read the book, it probably would have been awful.
The only thing about Starship Troopers that I didn't like was the fact of that you could just launch nukes at a planet and just and just kill the planet so that bugs wouldn't survive. Other than that, I like the whole thing about the whole. It's very colonial, English colonial. Where it's like the Zulus have this massive army, and you've got these small amount of British soldiers that have to hold them off. Very, very much like that. But that was.
I see a lot of people.
Starship Troopers.
I see Ashley and Trasharama talking about the Lion King and Hamlet. To be fair, the story of Amleth in the 10th century came first in the Icelandic sagas, and that's where Shakespeare got the idea for Hamlet. It's based on what the Northman is. By the way,
sense.
Throwing that out there.
That's fun.
They're like, isn't it just Lion King but Norse? That came first, and that's what inspired Hamlet, which inspired Lion King. So, leaving that out there.
Just gonna leave this here, right here.
Actually, it's just because I like the movie. I like Vikings.
I haven't seen it,
but that is true. That is factually true. Because I believe Shakespeare did say that he was influenced by the Icelandic sagas when he came up with Hamlet. So, Valkyries with braces, which is this. Okay, I'm gonna get on a little soapbox here. The Northman in the movie is the most accurate depiction of what we think the 10th century Viking age would be, and they said that there is evidence that the Vikings would put enamel coating on their teeth, as to like protect them, so they would enamel them, and that's where those braces come from on the Valkyrie. So that's why it's in the movie. So they found archaeological remains of the teeth with enamel coating on them, and that's what you're seeing in the movie. They're not braces. So there you go.
Tresh says you talked to Shakespeare, John.
Yeah, he knows. Yeah, I traveled back in time, and I talked to him.
I think you just talked to
I've watched a lot of interviews. I've watched a lot of interviews and read a bunch of stuff about the Northmen and how they made it and things like that. So they talked to a bunch of historians and went to a bunch of things and talked to a bunch of scholars and archaeologists and things like that to make sure.
Also, and I think it goes without saying, but I do want to say this so that everyone can hear me here. If you like any of the stuff we're talking about or dislike any of this stuff we're talking about, for whatever reason
all
you
opinions.
have, it's all opinions and it's all valid. Understand that. So there is absolutely zero gatekeeping going on here, I promise. However, I was curious.
Like I understand.
Yeah.
But no, I was serious earlier. The Beatles are better than Rush.
Okay, except for Dave. Dave is gatekeeping the Beatles. So,
but I can understand why you wouldn't like it. Like I can totally understand why you wouldn't. Speaking of things that people aren't gonna like, we went and watched the Multiverse of Madness, and Ron said he didn't like it last night. I didn't ask him why, because I liked it. But I'm just curious as to why
he didn't like it.
Yeah, he said he was not having fun.
Oh, okay.
But in the beginning of that movie was the new Avatar movie that's coming out in December, which is probably about 8 years too late. So I'm just curious if anybody is still excited for Avatar. Because I remember in 2009 it was like the biggest thing ever. So.
Yeah, it was really cool then. I don't know that it's. I'll be honest, John. I don't know that it's going to have the same impression on us today. Because I remember seeing that in theaters in 3D and having all of us be blown away by it. It was.
I think it'll make half a billion at least.
Oh no, I think it'll make a bunch of money. I just don't know. I don't know that we're going to be as blown away by the second one as we were the first. And that's
the
not
Avatar
to say
actors even still alive.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just excited and want to see Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too.
Isn't that did I see somewhere that that's a non-Sony Deadpool 3 or something?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know where I saw that. Maybe that's just completely made up. I thought
No. Zistus of Games is thinking of the M. Night Shyamalan Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. I'm talking about Avatar. I think it was just called Avatar, the James Cameron movie, the first big 3D.
That's fair.
The blue people.
Yes, it's the #1 grossing movie ever.
Yeah,
it's like $2.8 billion or something like that. I think.
Right, didn't care for it, but hey.
Yeah, and to clarify, Valendo, I don't think most people. I think actually most people would agree the storyline was pretty lame and boring. It was really
just generic.
Correct, but it was the use of 3D as we see it today. That I think.
Yeah, and then 3D went like this.
Yeah, it did. I think it's the visuals. It was
like the only thing that ever did anything.
That blew everyone away. It was the technology that what's his name put in.
Yeah, James Cameron.
Cameron, yeah, Mr. Visited the Titanic dozens of times guy.
Yeah. Because of the special effect. If you look back at an old movie called The Last Starfighter, it was done as the first movie to be done with computer animation, like 99% of it or something like that. And that was its big selling point. And it was okay, when it came out years and years and years ago. But yeah.
This one?
No. Why? Yeah. I think it's that one, that right there. Yeah, I
1984.
think yeah. But it was using computer effects and you go to the movie theater and you go, wow, that's impressive. Now it's very, very cheesy. It's like a D grade movie with the special effects for what they can do now.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah,
think
I'm just
that was the
curious.
big selling point of Avatar.
Yeah, I'm curious because apparently in this one, I think the big selling point is that they were having difficulty mocapping people underneath water, and they
Hmm.
found a way to do it. And I think that's the big kind of selling point for this. I think is what I'm understanding. Is that they did a bunch of mocap underneath water. So
Oh,
I don't know if that's going to be a big deal at all. We'll find out. I'm still going to go watch it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Um,
I am too.
Just so you can give an
another
opinion.
Yeah, another thing that I was surprised by is that at the beginning in the previews for Multiverse of Madness, there was the new Buzz Lightyear trailer, and I
Hmm.
really wasn't that excited about it. But after watching the extended trailer, it actually looks pretty good. Not gonna lie, the the Buzz Lightyear new Pixar movie, it looks great.
Oh yeah.
There's a documentary, if chat or whatever, the about Pixar, the story of Pixar, and
Hmm.
it's a very, very good documentary if you ever get a chance to watch it.
Okay.
I,
Do you want to
Justin, are we gonna
bring
have
up
time
that?
for marbles or?
Yeah, well, let's just bring up. We can either pass
yeah.
and use the Cyclops next, or talk about the Cyclops and then do marbles. Your choice.
I was
I
about to
mean,
say
we had it
Yeah,
up,
this is
so
I have it ready.
yeah, this is done
So
by Metal. Okay, this is done by Metal Chaos Studios. Did this one? This
Hmm.
was Metal Chaos. I love the blood on the. You can kind of see it's kind of like dried-ish,
Hmm.
splotchy over the club. That also seeps down into the wrappings there. Um, cool highlighting on the skin. A nice eye, kind of bloodshot around the corners. There's a lot of cool little details here. Oh, I didn't notice that he only has two claws on his feet. Shout out to this Cyclops here. This is our old metal Cyclops too.
Oh
Very
yeah,
nice. Shout out to Metal
I like
Chaos.
the eye. I always look to the eyes. Good eye work there.
Yeah,
We're
right
gonna have
there.
to get you some sort of computer so you can do all John Madden stuff, circles and
Oh,
squares and.
it's pretty easy to do, I think. Look at this eye as well. We'll talk about this one, and it'll be the last one, and then Justin can pull up marbles. But like, there's a little. This
Oh
is on the
yeah,
War Mammoth, done
yeah,
by Non-Zero. Here it is.
hmm,
Like blown away.
very cool.
Um,
Yeah,
cool thing I like about this one is that this right here, this like bracelet,
hmm,
tusk bracelet,
hmm,
kind of looks kind of like a jady marbly type effect. Like it's made
hmm,
out of like a carved crystal. Malachite. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Valandar. That's the word I was looking for. Kind of like a malachite type
hmm, yeah,
armor. Kind of cool. And then here's the close up on the eye again because I thought that was
hmm,
very neat.
yeah. That is very cool.
But yeah, jade like tusklet is what they're called. Somebody said Dragon Durham, a little
Hmm.
tusklet. There
I
you go.
just like the piece. I mean, that is just an awesome piece, and he did a wonderful job painting it.
Yeah,
also
non-zero.
before we get into marbles here, I do have a
Hmm.
random weird PSA that I wanted to let everyone in chat know.
Does it involve money?
It does not. Quindy messaged me on Discord and told me that she wanted me to tell everybody that her favorite band was Nickelback, and she listens
Okay,
to Photograph on repeat.
okay.
So I don't know why she wanted me to tell everyone that. It's kind of weird, but whatever. Listen, I mean, so she'll take any and all Nickelback album covers that you want to send her. But here we go. Let's get some marbles
Marbles.
going. Let's get some marbles going.
I am on the TV. Oh, this is a new month, right? Or no? Wait, we're in May. Oh no, we're second week of May. It's gonna be May.
Let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't keep the, but that's fine. I'll just I'm gonna do this.
Oh, that's because you're remoting
Correct.
in. Yeah.
Correct. However, I'm not worried about it because I can always save the screenshots from this, and I will add them to our totals whenever.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you do
well,
that?
I mean, I'm gonna manually do it, but yes.
Manually add them.
So I will make an exception for this one particular time. All right, let's see.
Let's do number 4. Steve's Abandoned Arboretum.
Ooh, that looks good. Arboretum. John loves.
Yep, Arboretum.
Arboretum.
Yeah, that's a good opening screen.
Exclamation
We're
point
above
play
the
in chat.
pachinko machine.
Do it. Oh yeah, my little marble. I forgot about my little marble there. This is my first time I've been able to hit play. Because I'm not logged in on my phone at work, so I can't exclamation point play. But I'm here now. We got Justin as our camera boy.
Let's see. What we got? Oh, Francis is.
Oh, nice, Francis.
Who's this?
Oh
Jesus,
yeah.
Look at that.
Samurai Jack with
Oh,
his
that's
floating
cool.
books.
Oh, it's a potion.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a
with
potion.
Floating books.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
That's a fun one. Very studious of you, Samurai Jack. I like Mac and Cheese Minnie's little star. Next to their name.
Mm-hmm.
Electric Marble. Exclamation point play. You got a few more seconds while Justin starts it.
You know, I expected
Quindy.
that to be a little more themed there, Quindy. But
the 0 point gang leader. She has to blend in with everybody else.
Whoa!
Nice.
I love it. Look at this. The shark. Oh man.
Astley, yeah.
Madman.
Just Sluger.
And is it Lieutenant Floby?
Yeah, with his sword.
Pirate.
Pirate. Yeah.
There's Valandar.
And then we got Vampire Ham King himself. Quindy, I hope Justin falls off the track first.
Oh, is that so that
you got one?
Is that so that you can get to the front of the line and get that album, that new Nickelback album first? I understand. I get it.
Get it signed on vinyl.
Yeah. She wants it signed on vinyl for sure. Yeah. Although I'll have you know, Quindy, I don't think Reaper gift credit. I don't think we sell Nickelback albums, so don't know that's gonna do you anything.
She wants the vinyl, not the actual CD or stream.
Yeah, we're gonna have Frank autograph it for her.
Oh, okay.
Oh man. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. This is gonna be a bloodbath, isn't it?
It's gonna be a fun one. Let's do it. Here we go. Oh, Imogen's out in front. That's old Kyle. My fuzzy kitty.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Pendrake and Zero.
Green
Who the fuck do I know?
My fuzzy.
Reaper 2.
There goes Reaper. Obi Toby.
You got your wish.
Oh, there goes green users. Can anybody get lucky and land back in the track? We'll find out.
Quindy cursed you.
Wait, where's Cranky Dog going? Oh, Cranky Dog!
Oh, he's skipping everything. Oh, got hammer time.
Yeah, he was.
It's hammer time. There's Reaper Dav. Oh, there goes Kyle. Bye, Kyle. And Francis.
And Sinistus. Yeah.
Sinistus.
And going over the wheel and into the laser beams. Some
laser
lasers.
Beams.
JT Kimmel.
Dude, Dave, you're about to get hammer timed almost. We'll see if Dave gets hammer time.
Apparently, I like just going off the edge there.
Uh-oh.
Well.
Ooh, Garess.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. Agusaku and...
I'm just
going
to hang out in this toilet bowl here.
Yeah, you're getting really lucky right now. I'm surprised you haven't... Oh, you hit the... there's an anti-gravity thing.
JT
so
Kimmel actually won. Look at that.
Oh,
JT. Sorry, we missed that one.
Freestyle.
And then Madman followed by Otis.
Yes.
Otis the Hobby Pony.
Hey, there's me.
There's Reaper John.
Oh.
And there goes Reaper John.
Bye, chat. Oh, Mac and Cheese. Oh, Mac and Cheese. Look, they wanted to follow me. You will never know. Is just floating into space. Because he hit an anti-gravity portal.
Oh, and now he's going back through the...
Back through, yeah.
Oh, wow, dude. You will never know. Got so lucky.
Back into
you see that purple thing? There's a purple thing on the
pole. The little dot.
Hit that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It turns you into like anti-gravity. Oh, no. Boing. Bye-bye. I guess we'll never know. JT Kimmel.
JT Kimmel.
All right. So let me get these Let me take a screenshot here. Make sure I can sort this by points. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm going to take the 11. I'm going to take the ones from this race, just so you guys are aware.
Yeah, not the total.
Obviously, I'm not adding 1,224 points. Freestyle plays too many marbles.
And Balladar didn't get 48 points, did he? Oh no, he didn't win. He did
not finish.
He didn't survive.
Correct. So it's just the pluses. That's all.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's see here.
Quite deadly, they would say.
All right. Look. Oh, no.
Let's see if we can find another fun one. That was a pretty good one. Let's see here. We just played Steve's.
Yeah, let's...
What is that? Boost Looping Chaos by Lord Zeno?
Oh, we have another classic by Fatty McFatass.
Ah, classic. Yes,
Brenda of the
Bungalow.
It's got a 69% rating. Wonder if that was on purpose. Let's see here. We could do something like how about we do want to do Boost Looping Chaos? Or do we want to do no, that one's got a 0%.
Yeah. Up to you, brother. You scroll down and see what else is available. Someone voted for Mad Celebration, number 12. It has a 7% death rate. Pretty decent. We should do that one. I think that's pretty good. All these have 0. Or Basic Star Chaser. It has 20% death rate with 100% rating. If you scroll up.
Where's it at here?
Number 15. Zap Chasing Concept.
Oh, I like that. Let's try that.
Exclamation point play. They're telling you how to sort.
No, listen, guys, I had it sorted and I have the points. Stop fretting over it. I have the points. Chill. It's fine. It really is.
Let's go. Where's all the... Oh, this one only has a 20% death rate. I wonder where it comes in at. Guess we'll find out. Exclamation mark play. Dave, what do you have for dinner tonight? Is Dave there? Oh, he might be on the phone.
Oh, is he? I can't. Hold on. Dave's not on the phone. Oh, no, he's not. I think his mic stopped working. I can see him.
Oh. I can see him moving.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still full screened.
Hey, Gares, so it was initially sorted by place when we first got to the end screen. I have it recorded, so I can always go back and look at the screenshot. Do not worry, there has been no points lost in any way. Like, I appreciate your care and attention paid.
Start the race.
Not an issue.
Marble Gate?
Yeah, Marble Gate. That's what we have on our hands now. It's a Marble Gate. Call the media trash. Do it. Besides, Dave won that race. He gets all the points.
We have the meats.
I don't think I can hear. Go again, Dave. I can't hear you. Oh no,
I
Dave
hear him
fell
moving.
asleep.
I see him moving. I can't hear him.
Yeah, he just acted like he fell asleep.
Hashtag rigged. All right, 29 seconds, chat. Anybody do anything exciting this weekend? I'm not really doing anything.
Dave is actually giving us the winning lottery numbers, but we can't hear him. It's
Oh.
One is the first one apparently. 10.
I think he said I can go on vacation. I think that's what I'm hearing.
Is that true? Say nothing if that's what you said. Oh, look at that confirmation.
Oh, good luck, Gress, on your date tomorrow. Hope it goes well.
Yeah, I hope it does go well, Gress. I do. Whiskey tasting. Doesn't it all just taste like crap, Bill? Like, that's probably a hot take. I'm sorry.
Quantum Reveries is a new one that I haven't seen. That's the another reverie that we have. We have quite a bit of we have quite a bit of people with the reverie in their name. A lot of people like to have parties.
Yeah.
Oh, we got green users out in first place next to Freya.
Oh man. I should probably say now, Bob and Julie, you guys can't win any credit.
That's not true. Oh, trash. Bye-bye.
There goes Zero.
Let's see, Freya's kind of eking it out ahead here. Let's see if anybody can get lucky and kind of pick up some speed. Looks like Madman fell right at the... Oh, bye, Lieutenant Flubby. Oh, he got a little bit too fast there. A little bit too much speed and went off the edge. Freya pulling it ahead. Speaking of the Northmen.
By the way, Dave, you might want to restart your VMix call if you hadn't yet, in terms of resetting your audio. That might fix it.
Big Jim, the fourth. Oh, Daka Flocka taking a little shortcut.
Also, if Reaper Miniatures comes in first, I get all of the credit that gets doled out. So
yeah, we get all the points.
Yeah. Hey,
Reaper Dave's right there too.
There we go.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I was having fun doing charades.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
It looks like if nothing goes catastrophically wrong, Big Jim.
Oh, Dragon Durham.
Big Jim.
Yep.
Big Jim with the first place.
And then we got DFF coming in right behind him, and then Reaper Miniatures and Green Users.
Reaper's actually going to get third. Look at that.
I have to point out, Reaper Miniatures, you're not eligible to win.
Samurai just fell into the starting place, or fell into...
No way.
That? Yes, he did.
Oh,
look, Samurai's
awesome.
9th.
Yeah, that's
he got launched up here, and he fell into the...
I love it when that happens.
I'm sure Oracle of Death appreciated that.
Oh, Kuroneko. It happened to Kuroneko, too.
Wow. Okay.
Not so much for Lazoral.
That's fair.
Oh, Dan Goodchild. Oi. Governor.
By the way, John,
me and Dr. Bob, me and Dr. Bob just going out on our own terms back there.
Someone just actually
I said
chat, John.
What?
They said partying would be revelries, but reveries means daydreaming. So why don't you get
you
your
are
shit
correct.
straight, John?
I'm an idiot.
You
are correct.
I am a meat popsicle.
You are correct. I have this whole time been thinking of revelries as revelries. That is my mistake.
I don't know how you and Bill managed.
Someone clip that.
Oh, I guess because you guys are the last to die.
That's a good soundbite. I'm an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
Well, that's crazy. This whole time I've been literally making comments about that. Now I feel dumb.
It's a reverie.
Yeah, because remember I would make comments about them partying and things like that.
This is how we're sending it off like this.
This is how we're signing it out?
This is how we're signing it out. Jeez. Oh, did your mic cut out again, Dave? Oh, what the hell? Uh-oh. Dave's mic is having some issues. No, we can't hear you. You have to refresh. While John attempts to consume Dave.
But there you go. Who are we rating today?
There we go.
I hear you now.
Who are we rating today? Let's see.
Who's on today? Chat.
I know who we're not rating. Painterly Get. He's never on.
That's fair. We are
That's
not.
true.
That is. We could rate Gen Con TV. I don't know what they're doing.
They're playing board games.
TV.
Oh, they're doing
table
takes. I don't know what table takes is. Yeah, I don't know.
See, Play in the Mud is on as well.
Well, let's go with Play in the Mud. We haven't rated her in a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's playing in the mud.
All right, chat.
She's playing in the mud. Don't forget, at here in about an hour and a half, we'll have Reaper Errant going. So.
Reaper Errant.
Yes, Reaper Errant.
Reaper Errant tonight. So be back in what is it, an hour? An hour and 20 minutes?
Hour and 20 minutes, yeah.
Ish.
So
Reaper time.
So Justin, did you get your tooth fixed?
Yes, I did earlier. It's a crown. They had to readjust my crown again. Because every time I eat now, it ends up incredibly sore for just hours. It sucks. It really sucks. John gets 2 of them in a couple of weeks.
Well, it's a good diet plan.
Oh, you're right, Dave. It is. It's a deterrent. All I can eat is soft, mushy stuff like ice cream. It's perfect.
See?
All right. Thank you, folks, for watching, as always. ReaperLand is always the chill, fun way to end the rest of the night. And actually, let me gift these subs real quick. I had to do that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm having problems again. So take care, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Okay. All right. See you, Dave. Complete the purchase here.
Let's see if I can give him bunny ears. Can I give him bunny ears?
Oh, hold on. Is this not? See more methods. Let's see if this will work.
It's kind of hard to see where he's at on my screen.
You got him right there. There you
go.
There we go. Okay. I think did they go out? Yeah, they went out. There we go.
It's hard to grab his little head.
Gifting. That's weird. Gifting subs has just become a pain in the rear end these days because of Twitch's ability to complicate stuff.
But yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Be back for Reaper Errant later. That's about it. Hopefully we'll have a lot of news next week. I know that this week was kind of a light news for Reaper Miniatures. Right now we're just kind of waiting for a bunch of stuff to fall into place, but as soon as it happens, it's going to probably happen like a waterfall. So,
there you go. See. Thank you, folks, very much. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you later.
This is a city. Some call it Denton, Texas.
We call it ReaperLand.